Hey guys, today I want to talk about healing during a Kundalini awakening and really what the process is like from my experience. And maybe I can shed some light on some of the things that you're going through as well. So, the first thing to remember is that this is not intended to be necessarily an easy path for a lot of us. What it's really going to do, it's going to bring up a lot of unconscious or subconscious, um, you know, darkness or misalignment or just things that haven't been resolved either from this life or your past life, or maybe a lot of vibrations, emotions that you're hanging on to that are like a lot denser and just a lot just don't really resonate with your higher self and the person that you are evolving into on this path. So that's really one thing you need to be aware of is you need to know that you're going to have to start embracing the process of purging, because it's really going to be almost nonstop purging. I know for myself, it still is going. I mean, I'm been doing this for, well, I've been going through this for about 16 months, and it's still, um, I still go through very heavy purges. I'm still not really to the other side, so to speak. I mean, I'm starting to feel a lot better. I'm starting to sort of taste it here and there of what it's going to be like, but it's still really heavy, and I think it's like that for a lot of people. For a lot of people that I've listened to, a lot of people that I've read about, it can go on for years. So that's the key: is to really be at peace with that, to really allow it, to know it has your highest good in mind. It has the person that you're going to become. It requires you to let go of so much of who you were, and who the person who you were a lot of times, even if we don't realize it, wasn't our highest self. We hung on to a lot of dualistic type of ideas of right and wrong, should or shouldn't have. What was really hard on the self, maybe wasn't living through the heart as much, was maybe more mind orientated, had a lot of just really maybe rigid beliefs. And even if that's not the case, I mean, there's still just so much stuck energy, even if it wasn't from this life, from past lives, that we really have to let come up and out. So that's really what the Kundalini is trying to do, is trying to free you of these limiting beliefs that create the lower vibrational energy. It's trying to free you of all of this just kind of nonsense that we get hung up in, because the world can really condition us into thinking that we're somebody that we're just not. So it can be really tough to kind of let go of this person. But as you start letting go of this person, you will gradually start feeling lighter and lighter. You'll feel so much more spaciousness within you. I mean, there's so many signs along the way that, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This feels good. And those signs are what really are going to keep you going on the path. Now, if you haven't seen any signs of improvement, don't worry. I mean, I was in really a dark place for, months and months. So if you're going through that right now, just keep going deeper and deeper. That's what really needs to happen. Unfortunately or fortunately, you will see why later on, but it does feel unfortunate at the time, because it doesn't feel like there's any way out, but there really is. You just have to keep letting that darkness come up. Just keep letting it come up and integrate it and really feel it and allow it to come up and allow it to be there. And then it will either, you can say one or two things. It'll either release or it'll transmute back into a balanced, higher vibratory state. And that's really what's happening, is you're coming into a higher vibration and your body is doing the necessary work to allow the light in that really lets a lot of the lower vibrations out, a lot of the density that you're carrying, the 3D density, if you want to go like that, 3D, 4D, 5D. 3D is a dualistic nature. the other, us versus them. A core belief in separation is really the three-dimensional viewpoint, viewing yourself as separate from others. And this creates all kinds of strife, violence, war, just, everything that you see on the news, basically. That's three-dimensional. Four-dimensional is your thoughts. They create your reality. Well, your thoughts create your beliefs, which therefore reflect back to you in your reality. So that's you're starting to have a deeper understanding of that. The external reflection is just a reflection of your internal state. And so you're really going from the victim mindset, and now you're becoming empowered, and you're starting to understand that you are the creator of your own reality. That's a really good place to get to. And then beyond that, it's coming into 5D, which is truly a heart-centered reality based solely on the present moment, and knowing that the past and the future aren't real. They don't exist. All that exists is right now. Right now is the only state, the only real place where anything happens, where you create from, and that your vibration right now is going to create your experience of reality. So it's really more about being, being is, if you read any David Hawkins books, Power versus Force, Letting Go, Reality and Subjectivity. He has a lot of wonderful books, and really being is the highest state of reality, and being really means that you're just beyond the mind and the intellect. You're feeling into the truth of your inner nature, you could call it your intuition, of your inner knowingness, and your egoic self, your intellect is now stepped out of the way, and you are now letting life live through you, and to take you on your purpose, on your path, what you came here to do. So it's really an exciting thing, but it can just be, and it's a huge blessing to have a Kundalini awakening. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. When it happened to me at first, I had no idea what was happening. I was an atheist, so it was like, what is going on? I refused to believe it for a long time. It was really frightening to me. But now that it's happened, I can see why it's happened, and it felt like it was meant to happen to me. And truly, it's a beautiful thing. It's an act of grace, and all you have to do is surrender to it. There's actually not much required beyond that, to be honest. My life has changed so dramatically in such a short amount of time, and all I've had to do is just really surrender and allow the energy to work through me and to transform me. That's all you have to do. Just don't resist it. Don't constrict. Don't try to control it. Don't get too in your head about it. I know that's almost impossible at times, but just allow everything to be. Allow your mind to freak out about it and do its thing. Just observe it and just take the presence as the witness, and just witness what is happening and just allow it to be. And that's really as simple as I can say it for right now. But thanks for listening, and if this helps you at all, that makes me really happy. And I'm also going to write a blog about this that goes into a little more detail if that's something that you want. So feel free to check that out. Thanks a lot.